Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Zamazenta. This Pokemon is now available for everyone who plays the Go as it's currently going on. And you need to do around 10 raids of this Pokemon in order to unlock it. You need to get those, like this energy that you always can need for like those special Pokemon. And then you can get yourself a Zamazenta with the special move Behemoth Bash. This is going to be only possible for you, by the way, if you give it Iron Head beforehand. The game actually will ask you if you want to give it Iron Head and gives basically you the option to directly use TMs on it, but it doesn't give you automatically Iron Head with that either. You kind of like for the Zacian, which I have now as well, I need to use like, I don't know, like 10 TMs or something to actually get the correct move, which was kind of not so nice. But yeah, anyway, this is going to be it for talking about how to get this Pokemon, of course, through raids currently. And let's take a look at what this Pokemon can actually do here. We are going to not run the standard moveset. We're not going to run the Metal Claw. We're running the Ice Fang here because I think it's a cool addition to the current meta with Ice Fang, as this will allow you to kind of counter your counters. You're still going to have, of course, that weakness to those Fire-type Pokemon, for example, but against Ground-type Pokemon, you're going to do super effective damage. Against Vampyria, it doesn't really matter, as Metal Claw would have done super effective damage as well, and even more than what you can do with the Ice Fang now. But against a lot of other Pokemon, it actually does matter. And so, for example, Landorus isn't actually the greatest answer to this Pokemon. We will see a battle where a Zygarde is going to try to counter us as well, which again is going to be quite bad for the Zygarde. And so, while maybe on paper the Metal Claw seems to make way more sense, I do actually think that running the moveset that we are running could be the ideal moveset on this Pokemon, or at least like both are kind of usable the way you want to use it. Like both of them are going to be totally fine running either the Metal Claw or running the Ice Fang on this Pokemon. Here we're going to see the Heatran. The one issue for Heatran is just the stats. Like while it should resist everything, we're still going to be able to just knock them out here, get out here with a ton of energy. Against the Palkia, we still have that Roar of time, which means we are just going to be in a very solid spot. We're going to be able to go for another, the Roar of time here to knock them out, and we're going to be able to win that battle. Moving on to the next opponent, we're going to see here Primarina in the lead. I have to say, I thought that Kyogre lead would be really good in the current meta because there's going to be so many Zacian and Zamazenta. All of them are apparently in the back right now, like they do exist, they're just not really in the start, so like, that's not really ideal for me. The most common lead that I actually encountered today was the Palkia Origin, which was not really ideal for sure, but again, it could be just a meta overview right now, it could be completely different for you and depending on which kind of elo you're in or anything. Here, I went for the wrong move because I actually didn't know that Behemoth Bash is, I think, a 45 energy move the same way as Close Combat is. So I thought it was like 50 and Close Combat was 45, but I think I'm wrong. I'm going to take a look at it really quick as well on the side because, it was the first time for me playing Zamazenta. I didn't know that you would get there at the same time. So I do think that both of them are 45 energy. And if I went for the Steel type move, of course, I would have been able, it's 45 energy. Of course, I would have been able to knock them out. But anyway, we're going to be able to go for the Iron Head here against the opponent's Metagross. I hope that I'm going to be able to get to my next charge move before they can go for the Earthquake, but I'm not too sure about this now, and as we will see, they're going to still get to another move here. It is going to be the Earthquake, it is going to be enough to knock us out, and we're not going to have the best time there. Again, if I played it correctly, if I went for the other move, I actually would have just walled the opponent there, so that is kind of silly. That is definitely not the way of playing that one. But yeah, both Close Combat as well as Behemoth Bash are going to be stab moves, and both of them going to be 45 energy. So here we're actually going to see the Zacian in the lead, which is going to be great. We're going to be able to resist the fast move. Unlike Zamazenta, Zacian only has basically one way of playing, unless you want to play it for Dynamax raids. I guess you can use it as a flying type attacker for Dynamax raids, because it has actually the fast move of Air Slash. But then again, I actually haven't tried them in Dynamax raids yet. Maybe they have like their own signature moves with Behemoth Bash and Behemoth Blade. Most likely it's going to be the case, or so you're most likely not even going to be able to use it like this. But as you guys see here against Palkia, we're going to be able to go for the full farm down. In comes the Zacian again. Now we have Iron Head, and luckily Iron Head is going to be a neutral hit here. But as you see as well, Zacian is just even stronger than what we will see from the Zamazenta here today. I will try my Zacian out soon as well. I have 100 of both of them. And as we will see here, this is going to be a close comment coming through. We're going to see the Kyogre coming in here. We're going to try our best to still go for an Origin Pult, but we're not going to be able to do that. We can only go for that Surf, get them a little bit lower, and now we have a Zamazenta still, which should be able to take a hit, and we should also be able to still go for Close Combat. And Close Combat is here on this Pokemon Stab, which for example Zacian doesn't have. And this is such a hard-hitting move, it's going to knock them out here, guaranteed. Zamazenta has great stats for the Open Master League, and we will see here that we're going to be able to win it with our dog. So next up, we're going to see the Palkia. We're going to swap out here into our own Zamazenta, and we're going to see that they're going to swap out into their Zygarde. As said before, this happened, and this is an amazing matchup for us. Usually, of course, they're only going to take neutral damage, and they have super effective damage against us. But like this, we're actually going to have such an amazing matchup. We had basically 90 energy at this point. We can go for the Behemoth Bash, and we're going to get them very low enough that we can go for the full Farm Down in time, leaving here with a ton of energy, the energy that I can use against the opponent's Zacian, and I would be even able to most likely go for another Close Combat against the opponent, which does more damage, but I go for the Behemoth Bash. Behemoth Bash does around a fifth less damage, so we would do definitely over 50% with a Close Combat against the opponent. And so we can take the hit here. It's going to be very likely the Close Combat, which is the cheapest move this Pokemon can learn. They go to the Palkia, we have our Dialga, and the only way we lose this is if they go for a Spatial Rent. And I don't think that is a Spatial Rent, but I was totally wrong, and so I completely misplayed this one. That was way faster than I expected, but well done there. This is going to be now the Iron Head coming through. They still let the move go somehow, and now we have 2 shields Kyogre against the Zacian here, which is going to be a very much winning matchup for us. So yeah, good game to the opponent. There's nothing they're gonna do here. They're gonna go for their resisted hit. I don't really care. Close Combat Wolf not knocked us out because again, it's not going to be a stab move. And so yeah, we're gonna be in such a good spot. We're gonna win this one. But yeah, Air Slash is going to be the other move that the Zacian can learn. There is literally 0 point of going for that one. Like, I can't see a single matchup that you want to have that fast move. So yeah, always gonna go for Metal Claw on that one. Here, Ice Fang definitely has some potential. So we're gonna swap onto our Zamazenta here against the opponent's Kyogre. Both my fast moves would have been resisted on water types anyway. But yeah, let's see how this is gonna go. They're gonna go for another charge move. I should have let this move go. It's very likely just a Surf. I would be able to survive a Surf, so yeah, that was a bit silly. And now I'm gonna go for the Behemoth Bash here against the opponent, which is gonna be resisted. Let's see if they're gonna shield or not. They do decide to use a shield, and I still get to another move, so I guess that's going to be another Surf coming through. Surf is going to get us low, but not going to get the KO. And we are going to be able to go for the Close Combat here, which is going to get the KO against the opponent. I might actually have been able to knock them out with the Behemoth Bash as well there, but I'm barely not going to be able to go for the Close Combat here against the opponent's Dialga. And now we're in a really tough spot as, yeah, I'm hoping here basically that the opponent doesn't have the Dracomedia. For especially the normal one, a lot of times people are running the Thunder instead. So could well be the case, but as you will see here, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for a very nice hard-hitting Origin Pulse to one-shot the opponent's Togekiss, and now it just depends on what move they have. We lose CMP tie here because the Origin form actually has lower attack than the normal form of it, and they have Static Dracomedia and they win the battle by that little CMP tie. Our IVs actually don't really matter for that one. The Origin Dialga has more bulk and I think more HP as well, but they just don't have more attack, so even though I'm 1 attack missing anyway in terms of my EVs for Dialga, which is actually kind of silly because I got a hundo literally 3 raids after I was able to max them out here for a video. Yeah, I still can maybe build another Dialga eventually, but currently it's not really a top meta Pokemon anyway. I would have rather went for Zacian, by the way, over the Dialga at that point while playing this one. I did do the battles here very much early in the morning before GoFest actually started for me. You can, of course, get the Zamazenta already early on from remote raids, and yeah, soon I can actually even get the Zacian from remote raids already, even though I have it already anyway, because you have the quest line that you can go for in the GoFest, where you can get basically one of them, I think for free. I think it was the free research for, yeah, it's definitely the free research for GoFest, where you don't even have to do raids for basically one of the dogs, because if you just do the research, you're going to be able to get 1,000 of the energy for free from that one to basically get either the crown form of Zacian or of Zamazenta. But anyway, I'm kind of in the middle of the GoFest right now. It's currently 2 PM for me, so like I have 4 more hours of the first day of GoFest coming up. I did already get some good shinies. Hopefully you got some good shinies as well. Still kind of missing off like the ones that I really want, but I got at least 2 unknown shinies, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I actually do like the GoFest today. Like generally, I think the spawns are really, really cool. I already made a tier list, by the way, for the spawns as well, if you're wondering on what you kind of want to hunt for. It's still on my channel, like 4 days ago, I think I uploaded this one, so definitely check that one out. But here we're gonna see the shiny Zacian, which is, by the way, one of the best Pokemon to get for your bottle cap. This is going to be one of the Pokemon that you're going to use the most in Pokemon Go. As we will see here, they're going to go into their Kyurem. We're going to have access to, of course, our Dialga here, which can use a shield. It's going to be the free shock coming through, and hopefully you can go for the full form on time. But I swap out into the Palkia, and this is going to be a very close matchup. We need our Dialga here basically in order to get the KO against them, because that's the only thing that can really damage them. I do think we are still going to be able to survive a hit here from the opponent, but just literally barely there, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. Let's see here on what is going to go on. No, we're going to be able to go for the close combat against the opponent. This is going to allow us to get the KO, and as we will see, we have the Kyogre going up against the Kyurem. Can we still take a hit? Let's see. We can actually still take a hit, but we cannot farm them all the way down. If we have Metal Claw, I guess maybe we had a better chance here against the opponent, because he would have done super effective damage. But it is what it is. Go to get him to the opponent, and we can move on to the next one. Lugia in the lead. Interesting one. We're going to have 2 better answers on the back, and so I go into my Ice Fang user here, and this is also one of the main reasons why you want to have Zamazenta with Ice Fang. It just allows you to get a better job basically done against the Palkia. Against Palkia is just so much better. And as we will see here, we're going to be able to go for the Behemoth Bash. This will allow us to get the shield from the opponent. And we can see here that yeah, we have the Aqua Tail coming through. We're still going to be able to survive that, and we can just shield it up and we can farm them down. I do think they might still get to another Aqua Tail though before that, and that's going to be a bit annoying, as you can see here. But still, we're going to have the option to realign, and this is the beauty of having Ice Fang on this Pokemon, just because they do that neutral damage, which gives you more fast move pressure against the opponent. Now, Lugia goes up against us here, but also all the charge move damage that the Lugia might be able to gain up here, but they actually have to go for a charge move anyway, would go to waste against the Dialga, as we're going to be able to resist that. And so that is actually looking quite solid for us. Dialga is going to get some energy here, and as we see, the opponent had already enough. They decide to forfeit, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will see the Rhyperior and the Kyurem coming in. This is going to be an interesting one here. We're going to be able to use no shield. We actually shield here. It's going to be the free shock, so we should be able to farm them all the way down. We don't get debuff, which is very important actually for that matchup. Let's see on how this is going to go here. We're going to have the Rhyperior coming in. We're going to be able to go for the Iron Heads against the opponent. This should get the shields here, as we should be able to get to another one. And again, we have a very good matchup with our lead there as well. So yeah, Rhyperior is going to be able to go for a charge move here. It's going to be the Breaking Swipe, is it? It's going to be Rock Wrecker, which does a ton of damage. We can knock them out, and it's going to be the Palkia in the back. It's similar to Palkia against our Zamazenta, and again, Zamazenta is going to be able to take those Aqua Tails quite easily, but I make a bit of a mistake in this matchup. What we will see here is that, yeah, we decide to play it a bit safer, I thought, by trying to catch the move from the opponent onto my other Pokemon. But it turns out it wasn't actually the safer play. What I mean with that is, we are going to be able to now go for the Behemoth Bash against the opponent's Palkia, and we should be able to still survive easily another charge move, but I thought they would get to 2 charge moves in time, and so I tried to catch the move, and yeah, that didn't work out. No, they're definitely gonna get to 2 moves at time. I don't even think I got my Ice Fang through here as well. I think if I did, I would have been able to win this one. I definitely don't think I got this move through there. And so yeah, that was still my own mistake. If I didn't swap there, I think I still would have just won, just staying in that matchup. Anyway, Zamazenta here against us. It's going to be also an Ice Fang version, which is interesting. It's also the final battle for this video. Yeah, let me know on how your Go Fest is going so far. I had already a Torkoal and a Pachirisu flee from me. Thanks, Go++. But yeah, this is kind of the pain for if you try to do raids and just put the Go++ on the side. But yeah, do definitely raids for Zamazenta, do definitely especially raids for Zacian tomorrow. It's going to be worth it for you. You have also a lot of free raid passes as well if you just use those from the Go Fest ticket. If you bought the ticket there, I think you get like 9 for free. But yeah, we will see here the Iron Head coming through against the opponent's Ho-Oh here. We can go for the Surf. This would knock them out, but they decide, of course, to use a shield here, as they're gonna try to knock us out. We don't get another surf because we needed one extra one. I wish that Kyogre would get a better fast move, by the way, for the Master League, because the pacing to surf is kind of bad for this Pokemon, I have to say now, after playing it a bit. Like, yeah, it's just quite a bit of an annoying one there. But here again, I don't really feel like I did do my best spells this morning, but like I kind of woke up and I was trying to do my best there. But as you see here, I'm gonna be able to knock them out. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap out now into my Dialga, which has already charge move stored, but I give them this free Incinerate, thinking that the Iron Head would be enough to knock them out. Turns out it isn't, and I gonna go down from that Incinerate. If I just went for 1 or 2 more fast moves, I would have won the battle immediately here. Like this, I lose. Deserved loss for me, and yeah, good game to the opponent. Well played there. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Definitely still get yourself a Zamazenta and Zacian, and I will see you then. Bye bye.